and get the pussy and then go
Bro,
about
when
their
I was
business.
look, bro, when I was in my like late teens, early 20s, nigga, like when I had a date, nigga, I was like, shit, I'm about to go to the mall. I'm about to get me some gear, nigga. I was happy about the shit, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
Here,
Man, I
you're
Right.
never
getting
wanted.
played.
First of Yo, check this out. So it's late where I'm at, and I'm perusing YouTube, you know, and I come across Sir Ism's panel. I believe it's the 50-50 relationship panel and whatnot. And I picked up this little gem because I think it ties into the Numen Colunt piece that I did when I spoke about how the club are cathedrals to Numen Colunt, and how the practitioners go about preparing themselves. You know, they prepare all week to go to the club. You know, they save up money, they get babysitters, they get fresh fits, they get bottles, they pregame, yada yada yada. They wash the car, clean the rims, etc. Now, before I go any further, let me just say that I'm not saying that uh, Angry Man is an adherent to Numen Colunt. However, I do find it kind of poetic or ironic, if you will, that shortly after I dropped that classic tape, he drops a knockoff rendition about the new gods of black people and this, that, and the third, or whatever, what have you. And now, fast forward a few weeks later, he's on a panel just lighting up. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in his face, bro. He's melting like butter. Thinking about back in the day when he used to get ready to go out on dates and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Probably got the 4X tall tee, you know what I'm saying? With the multicolored headbands and shit, with the multicolored do rag, you know, up under that. You feel me? Got some some cool water cologne and shit. You feel me? You know, he was just lighting up, and that look. That's why normally when I play a clip, I'll just play the audio and just let people, you know, hear the audio and go from there. But I believe his facial expression really said, it spoke volumes. To be honest, you know, it spoke volumes to the larger point that I'm making as it pertains to Numen Kalunta and how certain adherents go about, you know, worshiping um, and practicing Numen Kalunta, if you will. So that's all. And you know, like I said, I'm not saying he's an adherent because we've all, like I said in the classic tape that I dropped and whatnot, we have all been subjected to a level of programming. We have been raised in this, you know, unbeknownst to us, males and females alike. You know, I myself at one point in time, I was an adherent to Numen Kalunta as far as, you know, going out, you know, planning extravagant dates and then, you know, have a girlfriend and it's Valentine's Day and, you know, you do all this, you know, you set the rose petals, you get the rose petals and shit, you get the candy, you get the room, you get the champagne, yeah, and all that other stuff, you know, and then you go out to the club, you do all that, you know, all that goofy shit. You feel me? You go out to the barbershop, you get lined up, or you know, if you know, like back in my day, you know, I had locks and whatnot. Go get my locks freshly twisted. You feel me? You know, so I'm not dragging a brother for that. I'm just using that clip as, you know, just evidence so brothers know they can recognize it when they see it. You know, if you see it in yourself, you'll be able to recognize it in yourself, and if you see it in a homeboy of yours, then you know you'll be able to reprove and rebuke him, get him on the right path. You feel me? But I have another clip that I'm about to play, and I'm about to go ahead and play that for you right now. Then I'll come back on the back end and give my commentary on that. Before we get to this next clip, I just want to give a retroactive disclaimer to what I just said. Now, I'm not saying that brothers shouldn't do nice things and plan nice dates for your shorty and whatnot. You know, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not against brothers, getting cleaned up, for your anniversary. You take your shorty out to a nice steak dinner. Y'all get a good suit and tie going on, and this, that, and the third, and all that good stuff. I'm not knocking that at all. Matter of fact, I'm an advocate that brothers, the $100 date, the $100 plate. I'm pretty sure if you've been around this space for a while, you will understand when I say the $100 plate or the $100 date or whatever, right? So, but I just want brothers to recognize the mindset, the subconscious behind that whole act. And are you doing it because you want to show your shorty a good time and you want to show her that she's appreciated, or are you doing it because you're worshiping her? But let's get to this next clip.
Y'all
Triple and
Kevin,
aqua. Wait,
dog,
triple and
her
aqua.
pussy's
See,
so
what?
goddamn wet right now.
No, the
Triple
fuck
and
it's not.
aqua. I'm gonna tell
Mother
you
Earth,
two something that I bet you don't
Mother
know.
Earth
See, you
pussy
listen to
is
her talk
Oh,
fucking
all
what's
this.
up?
wet right now.
Wait, you two listen to her talk all this shit, and you think that she's some wild banshee. But I'm telling you, offline, she is a domesticated feline that's been declawed.
Oh my god,
Yo, I'm done, yo. I'm
Purring,
done.
ridiculous,
Dusty, shut the fuck up.
She
purring
is
in the
ridiculous.
domesticated. She's been declawed, and she will purr as she lays on your lap.
That's like the women at the women's march talking about when women hear me roar,
She's
but then when they
Dusty,
not a
home and got
wild
fucked by their
banshee, but see,
husbands.
you niggas don't know how to look behind the mask.
Dusty, control
That
your
wild
women.
banshee is just a
Her pussy's
mask.
wet right
That's how
now.
you hunt bear number two.
Oh boy,
The wild banshee is just a mask.
Dusty,
You gotta
control
see
your
past
women.
it and not even be scared. You gotta be
And
so
you're
not
Dusty,
scared
talking
of it.
about
control your
you're talking
women.
about a pussy being wet and it had nothing to do with you. How does that make you feel, sir?
oh we,
Really?
oh we.
Wow.
All right, check this out. So that right there is a prime example of, I want to say, bad advice on the part of black men. You know, he's up here talking about, oh, that's just an act and all this other stuff, and you got to see past her mask. And nah, brother, that whole ordeal right there, his whole pathology, his whole breakdown right there is a how you say, it feeds into her Amazon altar. I'm pretty sure we've all seen in sci-fi and whatnot. You got these Amazon women and whatnot where they're 6, 7, 8 feet tall and whatnot, and the men that they come in contact with are much smaller than them, much weaker than them, and they just dominate the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to some of her rhetoric prior to that clip, she's talking about putting her feet in brothers' mouths and shit and all kind of other stuff. She's giving off that dominatrix vibe right there. And what that brother's doing is giving you the blueprint on how to submit to a woman like her or a female like her. And that type of submission is a form of worship. It's a form of Numen Colunt. And brothers, don't fall for that. Don't sit up here and tell yourself, "Oh, I'm not. That's just a front. That's just a mask. If I just work a little bit harder, if I just tap dance a little bit better." maybe she'll drop the mask and finally recognize all this masculinity, all this masculine energy, this coursing through my veins. Like, no, bruh, no, no. That's just a carrot that she's gonna dangle and put you on that motherfucking hamster wheel, and you're gonna be looking foolish, you know. That's how other content creators on YouTube, how they put it. I believe it was Jason Black who put it, how women mark their prices up, you know, how that's her, in a sense, marking her price up. You know, when someone acts in a, how you say, I'm not gonna say a foul manner, but a domineering manner in which she was conducting herself on the panel, it kind of denotes that she is superior to the man in whom she is conducting herself towards, so that she's conveying to the man, hey, I'm better than you. That's her essentially marking her price up. Now the brother is right in a sense when he says that it's a mask, because it is a mask. It's just an act. It's just an act. That's all it is. It's you and her at the poker table, and she's trying to make you fold because she wants you to think that she got a full house. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest with you, women who conduct themselves like this, hell, they ain't even playing with a full deck, let alone a full house. You feel me? Shit, they ain't even got a pair. But I tell you this, if you fall for that bullshit and you get you get on that hamster wheel for them, they will have a pair. They'll have your pair in their hands, if you catch my drift. So brothers, don't fall into this dichotomy. It's demeaning, it's degrading, you know, and it is essentially, if you do fall into this, it's essentially goddess worship. It's more of a Amazonian, you know, like I said before, it feeds into her Amazon altar, you know. And I'm gonna get into more in depth, breaking down the certain aspects. I'll give it my take on the certain aspects of the female goddess and whatnot. And like I said before, shout out to Chronicles of Judah 144. He's the one who really, at least to me, brought it to my attention about, you know, the mother goddess concept. You know, my piece that I dropped, Numen Colunt, that's just my view and my rendition. You know, it's just me building upon a concept and putting my spin on it and my, you know, my seasoning on it. The only way I can do it. But anyway, that's all I got on that, man. Get up on that.